Hi Yogi, in this practice we're going to be exploring tapas, and it's not the Spanish food, it's the third niyama in yoga philosophy. Tapas means discipline, it's our devotion to our practice, it's the inner fire that leads to transformation and inner growth. So every time we get on the mat when we don't feel like it, whether it's to do our meditation or to do a practice, something towards our inner growth, we are applying tapas. So it's the energy behind, those days where you really can't be bothered and you find yourself on your mat anyway. It's applying your focus to your breath, even though you've got a million things on your mind that you want to be stewing over. It's using your practice as a way to fuel your growth. So we're going to start in a seat. You might sit on a cushion. I'll talk you more through it as we go through the practice, but we'll just start in a little seated meditation. So find yourself in your comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Let's just take a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Acknowledging yourself here, your body, your physical presence. Your mind, whatever mental load you're currently carrying. And whatever mood or feelings you're sitting with today. Just let it all be here for a moment. Just witness yourself. And just acknowledging that despite all of the things that distract you from getting onto your mat, you've decided to be here. You've decided to do a practice. For whatever reason, that you've decided to show up for yourself, and that in itself is enough. That is tapas. Bringing your two hands together in front of your heart. We're going to open the practice with one round of Om. First, we'll take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale to chant Om. Bowing the head, just honoring this time. And then slowly lifting the gaze and opening the eyes. We're going to come straight over into a tabletop position. So coming into all fours. And we'll just get the body moving just through some cat-cows. Always a good place to start. So as you inhale, just dropping your belly, lifting your tail, chest, chin. It's a bit of a tongue twister. And then as you exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, opening up, lifting tail, chest, chin. Exhale, round in. These first few movements, just close your eyes. And just feel in Any little kinks in your spine, any tightness that wants to be moved into. And then open the eyes again if they're closed, and you're going to just come into that rounded back position, that cat back, but just tuck your toes under and lift your knees, just hover your knees just a couple of inches off the mat. Just activate the body. You're drawing the tummy in a little bit. Tail smooths down slightly. Shoulder blades spread apart. Lower the knees as you inhale. Lift the chest, lift the tail. Exhale, draw in a little bit again. Lift the knees. Do that a couple more times. Inhaling to open, exhaling to round and lift. One more. This time as you lift, push back, downward facing dog. Use your downward dog as a little bit of a stretch out. You can bend one leg, straighten the other leg. Letting out any sighs. Sometimes we really need to let those sighs out. In through the nose and out through the mouth. If you feel to. I always feel to. There's nothing wrong with making a bit of noise, especially because you're probably just practicing at home on your own, so it doesn't matter anyway. We're going to inhale and come forward into a plank. And then exhale, push back into downward dog. Can you do that a couple of times? So you can move your feet a little bit back. And then as you come back to down dog, you can step them back in if you like. Or you might find that you've got a good positioning with hands and feet, so you don't have to. You can literally just lift and lower back and forth. By the way, if you hadn't noticed, this is going to be a little bit of a strengthening practice, so it's full body strength. Because that is what tapas is a little bit about sometimes too, like meeting our edge, meeting the challenge, meeting the discomfort, especially when we know it's for our benefit. Okay, now just walk the hands a little bit further forward so you are in your normal plank, and just pause here. How often do we just hold plank? Not that often, so we're going to just see if we can just hold. Draw the tummy in a little bit. Body in one straight line. Shoulder blades still nice and spread apart. Lowering down. Knees. Rest of the body. Bring your forehead to the mat. Bring your arms each side of your body, palms facing up. We're going to lift into locust. So lift your head, lift your arms, and then lift your legs. So the back of the body is active. Stay for 3 more breaths. Really strengthening the back line of muscle. Meet the challenge, meet the moment. Meet that spot where growth happens. Lower back down again. We're going to come back just briefly into a child's pose. Wide knees, big toes together, forehead down. Just taking a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now we're going to come back up onto all fours, but you're going to just bring your forearms down, interlace your fingers like a tripod. Now we're going to try our cat-cows like this. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the chin. As you exhale, rounding in, drawing the tummy in, rounding the back, spreading the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly, open up. Exhale, round. You might notice you can get in a little different spots Then when you have your arms straight and your hands down, maybe not. All right, you probably know where we're going. We're going into dolphin. So tuck the toes, lift the hips, pushing up into your dolphin, which is like downward dog, but we're on the forearm still. So the feet can walk in a bit. Knees can be a bit bent. You're pressing those forearms down into the ground, spreading the shoulder blades. I keep saying that, but in a lot of the things we're doing, we really want to spread them. Okay, meet the challenge. Walk your feet back. Oh, my necklace has gone around my nose. Walk the feet back so you're in forearm plank. I'm right here with you, struggling. Oh, God. A couple more breaths. Lower the hips. Lift the heart. You're in your Sphinx pose. A nice, welcome relief. Lowering down. Head on your hands. Lift your feet off the floor. Bend the knees. And just do a little windshield wiper. Side to side. Then lowering the feet back down. We're coming back. Downward facing dog. Push yourself up. We're going to lift the right leg up into the air. Circle the ankle. Get rid of any little pops and cracks. Circle the knee. Draw a little circle with the knee so you get into the hip. And then look between the hands and step it through. You're in your runner's lunge. Just pause here for a moment. Really straighten that back leg, lengthen the spine, look forward. And then plant that back heel down. We're going to come up into a warrior two. We're going to hold warrior two. Okay, 5 rounds of breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. 3 more. Staying with your breath, staying with the strength, staying with the focus for the purpose of your inner growth, moving in the direction of your inner growth, for realizing your true nature, which is really why we're here. Bringing your forearm to your thigh, and then lifting your other arm up. We're in our side angle pose. We're going to stay here 5 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep it going. I feel like I literally never stay in these poses 5 breaths anymore. But there's real magic, there's real medicine in it. In building that heat, that strength. In trying to stay a little bit soft in the hardness of it all. Okay, and then slowly coming back up. Was that 5? I didn't really count. We're going to windmill the arms forward. Step back, downward facing dog. Through to plank as you breathe in. Hold. Breathe. Lower. Coming into cobra as you inhale, push into the hands, lift into the heart. Exhale, lower back. Tuck toes, push back, downward facing dog. Left leg rises up. Circle the foot, circle the ankle. Bend the knee, circle the knee. Little pop of my hip. And And then look between the hands, step it through, help it through. Drop that back heel. We're coming to warrior two on the other side. 5 breaths. Sinking into the hips. Steady breath, steady mind. Into your side angle. Forearm lightly to thigh. Okay, it's not a holiday. Very light there. Pressing into that back foot, lifting the other arm up or overhead, palm faces down. What happens when you just commit to your breath, when you commit to the pose? Let everything else kind of soften into the background for now. Okay, we're going to windmill the arm all the way down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock through to plank. Exhale, lower down. Find your cobra, inhale. Exhale. Push back, downward dog. Right leg lifts up, inhale. Right leg steps through as you exhale. You're back in that runner's lunge. Lift your fingertips off the floor and reach them back so you're in arrowhead. This is always a little bit strong. It's a little bit of a builder, strength builder for that front leg. Rise the arms up. You're coming all the way up into crescent. And again, we'll just pause, just give our legs a little bit of time here. Slow flow, really, today. You're going to just bring your arms back again, back to that arrowhead, and then step that back foot in a bit and see if you can balance on that front leg. Warrior three variation. Arms can stay back. Again, a little bit of strength, a little bit of sensation build in that right leg. Okay, land that left foot back down, hands down, and just walk that right foot over to the right side of your mat. So your hands are now in front of you, right foot at that right edge of the mat. Drop the left knee, lizard lunge. Just enjoy a little bit of a stretch here for a moment. You might move a bit. Sometimes just moving the hips side to side feels really good. Okay, and then we're gonna do a twist. So left hand down, right arm up. Can you tuck the back toes? Lift the back knee off the mat. Now this is your inhale, and then your exhale, you're going to bring the elbow down between the foot and the hand. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower that elbow down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Actually stay up on that one more. Stay up with the hand. We're going to come onto the pinky edge of your back foot. Walk that right foot about halfway down the right side of your mat with the big toe, with the toes pointing outwards now. You're in this modified side plank. Stay here or full side plank. Find your challenge. Find your fire. Find your drive. Flip to plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, find your cobra. Exhale, lower down, push back. Child's pose. Just for a moment, let's find our breath. Let's find some softness. Let's integrate.
But tapas doesn't necessarily always mean pushing. Okay, it means listening and moving towards the direction of your growth. And moving in the direction of uncovering your true nature and creating inner freedom from there. And that translates as freedom off the mat too, which is what we all want. And we don't realize, but a lot of the sense of freedom comes from this work that we have to do on the inside, not from anything or anyone outside of us. Okay, we're slowly gonna look up. We're gonna come back up. My hair out my face. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises up. Look between the hands. Step it through. Help it there. Runner's lunge. Arrowhead lunge. Arms reach back, heart tilts forward. Just build a little bit of strength, sensation in that left leg. Inhale, rise the arms all the way up in our crescent. Bit of relief for the front leg, but the back hip gets a little bit more stretch. Back to that arrowhead. And then into that balance, that warrior three. Lift that back leg. And then sending that leg back. Hands down. Walk the left foot out to the left side of your mat. Drop the back knee for a moment. Just take a pause in lizard. Any little movement in the hips that feels good. Just to release. Any little sway. Okay, and then we're going to keep the right hand down. Lift the left arm up. Lift the back knee off the ground. Straighten that back leg. And then we're going to do our little lower of the elbow as you exhale. Between the hand and the foot. Inhale as you lift it up. Exhale as you lower it down. Just move with your own breath. Okay, where do we go from here? Okay, we stay up with that arm coming into our side plank. So you're just going to shuffle that left foot down the mat about halfway. Come on onto the pinky edge of that back foot, the razor edge of that back foot. Stay here if it's enough, or come into your full side plank. Breathe, even though you're shaking. I'm shaking too. Windmill that arm overhead. Plank, pause. Lower. With your inhale, find your cobra. With your exhale, lower back down. Come back to your child's pose. Taking a moment, taking a breath. Letting everything soften a bit. Letting the tension in your face relax. And slowly coming back up. And we're going to come to lie on our backs. So just finding your way kind of into the middle of your mat again. Lie down just for a moment. Knees bent, feet down. Take a sigh if you need to. Let's do a little bit of core. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Bring your hands behind your head, your elbows nice and wide. You're going to take your inhale with your head down. Exhale, you're going to lift up. Little crunch. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Keep it going. Tummy draws in as you lift. That's why we lift with the exhale. Try not to just use your arms to lift your head. Try and use your belly muscles. And try and keep the elbows wide apart rather than drawing them in like that. Okay. As you come up, next time you're going to go a bit on the angle. So right elbow towards left knee. And then come down, getting into the sides a bit. As you exhale, other way. And back down. As you exhale. And then if you want, keep going with that. Or you can bring the right elbow to the left knee. Left elbow to the right knee. Other leg can straighten out. Oh my God, my core is really feeling it today. Keep it going. Our core strength is so important, and it doesn't necessarily feel good to build it though, right? But that's tapas. Devotion to our body, to keeping our bodies well and strong, to our spiritual practice, our spiritual connection too. It's all related. Okay, that's enough. Feet down. Arms wide. And then just dropping your knees over to the right. Move your right buttock slightly back over to the left. So you're in a nice twist. You can turn your head to look the opposite way to your knees. Take a nice breath into that twist. And then coming back to the middle. Let's move the knees, the bum back into the middle. Then the knees down, and you can move the buttocks back a little bit to the right. Knees are dropping to the left. It's very hot here in Cairns, and I think it's affecting my brain. Last breath here. Beautiful. Coming back to the middle. Bum back to the middle. And then lengthen your legs. You're in Shavasana. Your final rest. Maybe another sighing breath as you land. Close the eyes. Let everything soften. You stay there. I'm just going to sit up to talk you through it, but stay right where you are. Coming into complete ease and softness in your body.
soften into a celebration of the effort that it takes to show up for yourself again and again. It's really what tapas is. Showing up for yourself again and again, having this devotion, this discipline. In the direction of growth, of your own personal evolution and growth through your life, which really never stops as long as you're alive. You're learning, you're growing, evolving, expanding. Okay, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes now. If you have longer and you want to stay longer, please feel free. But just for the purpose of keeping this video fairly short, I'm calling you out now. If you're ready, deepen your breath. Find a little stretch. You might reach your arms over your head. Rolling to your side and finding your way all the way up into a seat, just like how we started. Comfortable seat with a long spine, eyes closed, hands together at your heart. We'll close the practice with one round of Om. First, a cleansing breath, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in to chant Om. And bowing your head to seal your practice. Thank you, Yogi. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste.